hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. Today I have Thanksgiving centerpiece and tablescape ideas for you. I'm going to make a large centerpiece with those pumpkin wreath forms from the Dollar Tree. And how I'm going to make it is through macrame using some of this white rope from the Dollar Tree. Now, the first step is I just want like the little thirds of the rope. And so all I have to do is unwind it to get 3 of those. Now, it's really an easy macrame technique. I'd never done it before I did this one, but I really like how it turns out. You're using like the wire of the reform as one of the lines. So we're going to go ahead and start with one. This is going to require 2 of those pumpkin wreath forms from the Dollar Tree and rope. So let me show you how I got started on this. Now, the very first step is I'm just going to tie a knot. So about halfway down, I'm just going to tie a knot on the very first row of the pumpkin like this. Then I bring the rope over the top of the reform in an L shape. And then I bring the other rope under it and then through the hole over here on the left side. That's going to make a really cool macrame knot. And basically, I just have to repeat that over and over again on this to make a really cool centerpiece. So I form an L, I go over and then through the hole over on the left side. So once you get that down, L, down, through the hole, it becomes really easy, and it's actually kind of therapeutic to do it. It's just a really fun thing. I've been really enjoying macrame since I've kind of learned how to do it. So it's going to create a really cool pattern, and we're just going to speed this up, and I'm going to be a super fast tire. And I wanted to do like a beach theme for Thanksgiving, and so everything's going to look very coastal, and I think this Dollar Tree rope is definitely going to add to that. Now, do you see the really cool pattern that is forming in that? It's like a spiral chunky pattern, and that rope took me all the way to here. So I'm just trying to make it work. And then I'm going to start on the next one. So same thing, I just tied a knot and I'm doing that L under and through the hole all the way down. And I'm going to do every single row here of the inside of this pumpkin form. You know, this would be really cute too if you were going to hang it on your door, if you just wanted to do one of these, but I'm going to do 2 of these and then put them back to back to make a really cool centerpiece. It's large. It's kind of cool as a centerpiece because you can see through it. And it's going to have like an opening inside, and so you can put stuff in it as well. Now, as you can see, like when I'm doing the macrame, it's not going all the way to the bottom, but I'm just doing it as long as the rope is there. So we got all of those done. Now, at this point, I was trying to decide, you know, is that enough? You know, do I need to start again? And of course, you know, I'm a perfectionist. I'm going to start again, but I'm going to go ahead and just start trimming off the excess here, because I don't really want it to be real obvious when I start and stop this. So just giving that a trim. Now there's not a whole lot that's needed here at the end. I'm just going to kind of glue these little ends down. And so it kind of looks like they're kind of tied together. Just kind of molding them with the hot glue. And those finger protectors from the Dollar Tree, they work pretty well. It does still kind of get a little bit hot through it, but it works pretty well. So what I did is I did the same thing on all of them. You can see it looks way cleaner. And now I can start with another rope and fill that in all the way. So if you had a longer rope that you did that with, you wouldn't have to start and stop and make it a little bit easier. But again, I wanted to use all supplies from the Dollar Tree, so a little bit short. So I'm just trying to fill that in as far as I can go till I get to the bottom and tie that off and then trim it, and I'm going to do that on all of them. Now, I'm not going to leave any of the wire reform like exposed. All of it's going to be eventually macrame. It just turned out so pretty. I just recently got this out for Thanksgiving this year, and I just love it. It's so pretty. It looks so high end, so it's worth all of the effort. So what I did is I took another one, I went and put a good TV show on, and I did the same exact thing on the second one. Now it's just a matter of putting them together. When you put them back to back, the stems don't line up perfectly, so I just use some wire cutters and I just cut off the stem on one side. Now we need to attach them together, and so I'm going to use rope to do that. I'm just tying it off here in the middle where the stem would be. And I want to do like that same macrame pattern all around the edges of the pumpkin. It's going to serve two purposes. It's going to tie them together and attach them, but it's also going to continue that really cool macrame pattern all the way around. So it's kind of hard to see, but I do it until the section's full, and then I just kind of skip over to the next section, and I keep doing it along the top on this side. And we're going to go down the side here until I run out of rope. And this was a great way to attach them together, but also continuing that really cool macrame pattern. So just going to start a new rope, and then we can continue this on right here. Again, I'm using the wires together as one of the macrame. I'm doing the L shape over it and then pulling it down and through the hole on the left side. And again, once you learn this knot, it's going to be so easy for you to do. Now it gives you a really chunky like spiral pattern. You can kind of adjust it a little bit once you get it going. And kind of adjust how chunky it looks just by twisting it. So we're doing the other side here. I started at the top again, coming down the sides with another rope. And we are getting there. And I thought it would be really fun to fill this up for Thanksgiving with some little pumpkins and things inside. Something really easy. So we've got it all done except for the very, very, very bottom, and I'm just going to use another rope to fill that in. And all of the wire is covered with the rope. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here on the pumpkin stem so that none of the wire is showing. Now I just need to build a base for the centerpiece, and I'm just going to use one of these little Dollar Tree fall signs. Kind of on its back, kind of upside down. And I'm just hot gluing the pumpkin down into that so we can kind of decorate it. I thought this would make it stand up a lot better, and it did make it a lot sturdier. Just hot gluing that down into that. And that's just a very lightweight sign, but the fact that it had a flat bottom, it kind of provided a base for it. Now I'm going to use some of these burlap leaves from the Dollar Tree to decorate the base to kind of disguise that. These are like the dark brown. I'm going to use the dark brown and the tan. I think they also have these in orange. I love them. They're so pretty. And you know, this year they also have the leather leaves at the Dollar Tree, which would be really pretty for this as well. And I'm just going to kind of alternate the different shapes and colors of the leaves and just cover up that base just by hot gluing those on. And it's going to give me a nice fall touch around the base of the centerpiece. And I'm going to finish this up with like a thankful sign. But if you didn't want to do that, you could just leave it like this. You could leave it up for the entire, fall. And I'm just working my way around, covering up all of that sign down there. It's kind of a fall sign anyway, but I'm just kind of masking it all with those leaves and just attaching those with hot glue. It's kind of hard to show you this whole thing because it's so massive, but it turned out really cool. So I'm just going to fill it with pumpkins. These are like just random pumpkins, like the mint green, bluish color. I picked up most of these at either Dollar Tree or Dollar Spot at Target. And I'm just going to kind of sit some in there because you can just kind of go between the bars and fill them in. And then I thought a little bit of Spanish moss might be a nice touch too. So I'm just going to fill up that sign with a little Spanish moss too, just to kind of fill up the empty spaces. And I always think Spanish moss looks great for fall. And then the only thing I had left is I wanted it to say thankful. So I picked up 2 of these little thankful galvanized metal words from the Dollar Tree. These are kind of the larger ones, but you could probably make it work with the smaller ones too that come in the 3-pack. And I'm just going to attach these with hot glue, one on each side of that bottom sign, just on top of the burlap leaves there. And it really gave it that final like Thanksgiving touch for a Thanksgiving centerpiece. I wonder, you know, we are traveling for Thanksgiving this year, but we never want to miss it completely. So maybe we'll have it a little early this year. And this is how it looks, guys. We have this beautiful macrame pumpkin centerpiece with supplies from the Dollar Tree. And it looks so high-end. It looks like something that you spent like $50 on for sure. And you can see the really cool texture that pattern gave us. I absolutely love this piece. Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick moment to tell you about our private Facebook group. There'll be a link in the description below, and we would love to have you over there. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest, and my handle is Crafty Beach on YouTube. All one word on all 3 of those, and I would love to see you there as well. And in addition, I also have a second YouTube channel called Crafty Little Beach, and that's where you'll find my 1 minute or less Crafty Beach DIYs if you're short on time, but you want to get a little bit of crafting in. Okay, our next project, we need to start working on the tablescape. So I wanted burlap chargers, and they're so expensive, I thought I would make them. So I picked up some of these chargers from the Dollar Tree. These are the brass colored ones, and I thought we could make our own. So I just got some bulk burlap from Walmart, super cheap to get burlap by the roll there to get it cut. And my Walmart has like hardly any of a craft department or fabric department, and they always usually seem to have burlap. Now getting somebody to cut it, it's usually a challenge. So I cut the piece out larger than the charger, and then I want to do that I want to do like 4 place settings. There's only 3 people in our family, and I was only going to do 3, and then I had to go back and add 1 more because like looking at it, the symmetry of only having 3 place settings was driving me crazy. I had to even it up. So here is our burlap, and I'm just trying to use as much as I can. And they don't have to be perfect. We're just trying to cut out a bigger piece than the charger. Now, to attach this to the charger, I am going to just glue that on. So I thought Mod Podge would work perfectly. So I'm going to go over the little charger with a thick coat of Mod Podge and then glue the burlap to it. This did take a little bit of time to dry, but it turned out really well. And the fact that I used this brass color, it looked really good underneath the burlap. You can't see it through. So remember that if when you're picking out your charger color, to make sure that's going to look something that's going to look good, because again, the burlap is fabric with holes in it. So you're going to be able to see through it a little bit, but the brass totally matched in. Now, I don't want the burlap going anywhere, so I'm going over the top with Mod Podge as well, which is one reason why it took me some time to dry, because I really wanted this attached. I want to be able to use these for multiple holidays, and I want it to be, you know, I don't want it to get ruined if somebody gets some food on it. I kind of want it to be sealed where I could wipe it down as well. You know, the charger you don't put any food on. It's just for decor, but it's got a plate right on it, you know. So I tried to start drying that with heat gun, but after a while I realized it was just going to need some time. I was a little worried that it was going to look all blotchy like that, but it actually dried really nice. But I'm giving it my best effort here to get it dried with my little dryer. If you don't have one of those dryers, I highly suggest you get one. This one was only $10, and I have a new Amazon shop, and I'll post a link below. I have all of my essentials, the things that I use in my videos, my mats, all my supplies I use, and I had a lot of fun setting that up, and so I will put a link to that below. Now, once I got it all dry, I'm using my fabric scissors and just cutting as closely as I can to the edges of the charger. The fabric scissors are really sharp. They go through the fabric well, and they give me a nice clean cut around the edges. But again, you're going to have little areas like that. And so I just go back and kind of trim up any little imperfections that you can still see. I thought the burlap charger would look really coastal and go really good with all of the blues and the browns that we're going to do for this tablescape. I had so much fun putting this Thanksgiving tablescape together. I hope you enjoy it. Now I need napkin rings. So basically I did the same thing on that charger to the other three. You don't need to see it 4 times. But I got some of these like little shower rings from the Dollar Tree, and I thought we could make some coastal napkin rings. So I just grabbed 4 of them, and I'm just making sure they're closed. And I'm going to use some of the brown rope from the Dollar Tree to try to make some macrame napkin rings to kind of coordinate with the macrame pumpkin that we did for the centerpiece. So I'm going to start here by tying it off, like right in the middle, and also like right where the napkin ring comes together to kind of fill that area up. I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did on the pumpkin. I take the left one rope and I wrap it over in an L, and I pull the other one through the hole, just knotting it up. It's going to give me that really cool macrame pattern for the napkin ring. But this one's going to be the brown rope instead of the white, so I think they're going to look really good together. And I ordered some napkins on Amazon that are like a beachy blue, like mint green color, that really beautiful color I love, and I think that that's going to look really good with these napkin rings. So it's actually pretty easy to do. You just have to kind of get it in the right spot. Do that knot and just keep doing it until all the way around. These were probably some of the easiest napkin rings that I've ever put together, and they've held up really well. I really like how they look. So I'm getting towards the end, and I'm tying that off in another knot, and I have just a tiny bit of rope left on there, but it's pretty full. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with my other 3. Just tying it off, showing you one more time, the left over, under, and then through the hole, just like we did with the pumpkin. And you know, I found some napkin rings since I made these that are actually sea turtles, and I can't wait to use those as well. Now, I got those at Goodwill, can you believe it? Now, here at the end, I'm just going to use like that rope that's kind of left over on all of them, and I'm just going to attach that with hot glue kind of down into a knot pattern, and it's going to fill up any of the space left here on the napkin ring, and I don't have to start anything new. Just one rope went all the way around the shower ring, and these shower rings are great to make napkin rings with. They're so inexpensive. And this is the cool pattern that I get. It gives you like an edge on it as well. They just turned out really, really cool. And I'm just gonna burn off all the fuzzies with a lighter to clean them up a little bit. And then we can put our napkins in them. So these are the napkins that I ordered. I think I have these in my Amazon shop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. You get 12 of them and they're beautiful cloth napkins. I couldn't really find anything that I wanted anywhere else. And so Amazon had the perfect color for me. And so let me show you how we're going to fold these and put them in the napkin ring. So I am going to lay it out. I'm going to fold it over like this, so we have like an upside down triangle, and then I'm going to grab it, pulling the two edges behind like that, and then just feeding that through the napkin ring. Very simple napkin fold, but I think it looks really pretty like that. So I went ahead and did the same exact thing on the other three, and we have all of our napkins ready for our Thanksgiving tablescape. I think they're so pretty, and I love those napkin rings. Now for little name tags for the place settings, I'm going to use some of these little wooden tags. I actually picked these up at Dollar General. I thought they were perfect, but you can get something probably pretty similar at Dollar Tree. I know they have the metal ones. I'm going to try something cool on these. I'm going to stain them with some Antique Wax by Waverly, and then I thought maybe we could, I'm going to use like my wood burning pen that I got on Amazon to try to like burn the name into them and see if that turns out. So this is just raw wood, these little tags, and so I'm just going to stain both sides with that Antique Wax by Waverly. So easy. I'm just wiping off the excess stain with a paper towel. And they were a little dark for what I wanted. I want that driftwood feel, so I'm just distressing or whitewashing them with just some ivory paint. This is chalk paint, but you can use whatever you want. I'm just going to get that coastal beachy feel on the front of these. And just wiping off the excess, kind of whitewashing it. And it gives me that driftwood feel that would be really good for a coastal tablescape. Now, this is my wood burning pen. I do have this in my Amazon shop. Not sure if it's currently available, but there's lots of different brands. You can totally pick them up on there if it's not. And I'm just going to draw on. It goes kind of on like a yellow marker, kind of a gold yellow marker. Super easy to use. And I'm going to do all of our names, and then I'm going to do a guess because I did a 4th place setting. And then I'm using my heat gun. I am going to burn those names into the wood. So that like turns it like a darker brown, as you can see, and kind of looks like a wood burning. It's not quite as detailed if you were really gonna, use like a wood burning kit. My husband has one of those. He's always telling me to use it, and I don't know why I never do. I think it's because when he does it, it takes so long. But I'm going to distress over with some Antique Wax by Waverly a little bit on top of it to kind of make it all blend in. And we have these personalized place settings. I think these are so fun. My plan is to tie these onto something for our Thanksgiving tablescape. So I'm just making sure I have those like fully heated and dark, and that's what they look like. I was pretty happy with them. I kind of forget I have that pen. I've only used it a couple of times. Now I'm just using the twine that came with it to tie those on. Any twine would do. And let me show you how we're going to put this place setting together. So I'm just going to use my regular ivory plates, my Ray Dunn plates on top of my burlap charger that we made. I found these great salad plates at the Dollar Tree. They're a beautiful color of blue. And then I bought some just little tiny white pumpkins from the produce section at the grocery store. And then I'm going to tie the little tag on each one of the pumpkins. So I got a pumpkin for each place setting. And I love the pop of blue from the little salad plate at the Dollar Tree. And I love that I can use my own plates in this setting, but it looks super coastal and beachy and fun. And then I'm going to finish it off with a little starfish. And that is how a place setting looks. You can use the starfish from the Dollar Tree. I am trying to remember. I think these starfish, I actually got these on Amazon. Again, those will be in my Amazon shop. I'm going to go ahead and attach the other 3 tags to our other little pumpkins. They're all different sizes, but it doesn't really matter, whatever you can find. And then I found this great table runner. I got this on Amazon as well. And it's like the white burlap and the tan burlap together. I thought that would look really good and coastal. This would probably be pretty easy to make as well. You could use some of the rolled burlap from Walmart. But again, I'll post a link to this in my shop as well. And we're going to go ahead and start building this Thanksgiving tablescape. This is probably the fanciest tablescape I've ever put together for a holiday, but I really loved it. It was so pretty. So we're just going to start setting the table. I love the Burlap Chargers. They're so pretty. Just my existing white plates. The little blue salad plates I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And then our pumpkin with our little personalized tags to tell you where to sit. This will look really great with like a large table full of people, and then finish it off with a starfish. And then we're just going to set the table with our silverware. We have our napkin with our little rope napkin ring that we made. And I'm just going to do that on all 4 of the place settings, and then we can start decorating. I got some of this lamb's ear garland from Walmart. That I have found that's the most inexpensive place to buy this stuff. I absolutely love it. And I'm gonna like have that like draped along like the brown part of the burlap of the runner in the middle. Just kind of cutting the loops off the end. I end up cutting it in 2 pieces. That way I can have one on each side of that centerpiece that we just made. Our macrame pumpkin right here in the middle. And that's bringing in some of those like green and blue pumpkins as well. Goes nicely with the white pumpkins that we've already got. I got these little candle holders at the Dollar Tree. One is like a blue, and then the other one is like a blue and white. They're already the perfect beachy colors. I didn't have to do anything to them. And then just on top of those, I'm just going to use some of these ivory pillar candles from the Dollar Tree. I also picked up these little jar candles from the Dollar Tree. They're beautiful, like mint green color. And then I thought some more pumpkins would be great too. I picked these up at the Target dollar spot. And we're just going to start building this middle section up and kind of scattering pumpkins around. I have an existing coral pieces. I love these. I use these in my decor. You've probably seen them before. I think I got these at Bell's Outlet. And they're the perfect beachy blue colors. They're totally going to go with the beach theme. And then I got some seashells from the Dollar Tree. And we can just start scattering those around in the tablescape. Some seashells all over. It's going to make it look really coastal and fun. And coastal is a perfect theme. Now, also some starfish. So yeah, these starfish are the real starfish. I picked these up on Amazon and they are in my shop. And I'm just going to kind of scatter those around as well. You can use whatever you've got. You know, you've probably got some beachy decor already. Just try to pull it all together. I'm just trying to use like a lot of the same colors. Then I thought some more of that rope that we made the macrame pumpkin with would be a nice touch. It's going to look really coastal. So I thought I would kind of string that along in there too. Kind of like a garland. Kind of going back and forth. Just building it up until I'm happy with it. And I really love how this turned out. And I thought maybe some colorful seashells would look good too. I also got these at the Dollar Tree. And I just keep building. So hopefully this gave you some really fun ideas for your Thanksgiving tablescape. And thank you so much for watching. And also a huge thank you to the following Crafty Beach Mums for sending me super thanks underneath my videos. and super chats when I premiere, and also for these Crafty Beach Mums for buying me a coffee. I always have a link in the description below, and I really appreciate your financial support. It really helps. Are you ready for the final reveal? Here it is. Don't forget to like, comment your favorite below, and don't forget to subscribe.
I get a little bit breathless, my thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please? I guess I should have been honest. A break to my heart, it's weighing me down, baby. I'm like a river that's overflowed. The sooner you know it, the less do we hurt. Let me speak the truth. I know you don't want to face it. You think it's too late, but I can see past the rain. Won't you lay it on me? Turn the page and burn it. Let's make up a big bonfire on the beach with the stars as our lighter.
Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to continue watching Crafty Beach, YouTube thinks you might enjoy this video right here.